It is now almost impossible to see a person in Rwanda without a mobile phone, but just how useful those phones are to them is another matter, especially from an economic standpoint. Using phones is beneficial because we get to talk to our relatives who live far away, and in cases when information is to be passed on quickly, you can just use your phone and not have to go to a person physically or send a letter. In the case of tragedy, for example, when a loved one passes away. It also helps in our day-to-day activities for economic activities, speeding things up. This is very effective communication. I can ask you for money when you are in Kigali and you can give it to me. I can send you a message and you reply. All that is possible thanks to the phone. I can also use it to keep my money right here and get it anytime I want. Phones help you to reach people, especially when you are trying to collect a debt or pay back a person. You can just use mobile money or Tigo Cash to do it. That solves the problem. A person can call me from Kigali and ask me to send him something from here in Kabarondo, without him having to come here to Kabarondo physically. There is a lot of information you can access on social media using your phone. You can also access a variety of different services like buy electricity, go to the market to buy food without carrying cash, and still pay for your shopping. Useful as all that may be, to truly make a phone productive, you must be able to fully exploit what the internet has to offer. And to do that, you need smartphones, which less than 20% of the population own. Hardly ideal. To address this problem, a Connect Rwanda challenge was launched with the goal of putting at least one smartphone in every Rwandan household, and the challenge has gotten off to a good start. The first to donate smartphones for the challenge was the country's president, and he also explained that the purpose of all this is to enable regular citizens to use their phones at a higher level, something regular mobile phones just cannot do.
A
local resident with a smartphone can learn a lot from it, access a variety of services, get information about what is happening around, be it near or far, access market information, how to sell what they have or buy what they need. All that is on different levels, but what we want is for people from all walks of life, even what may be considered the lowest level of society, regular local residents, to be able to get such devices and use them to increase their wealth or the economic goals they have set for themselves. "98% of Rwanda now has regular internet connectivity, and 4G coverage is at a rate of 95%. Plus, the country's internet demands have been increasing."
I would say today Rwanda as a country has had to register a very tremendous increase in internet penetration. If you look at 2011, when we had less than 7% of internet penetration in Rwanda, today we are counting over 58.3%. That's really a drastic change. It's a very big increase. Also, if you take an example of international bandwidth, just between the year 2018-2019, we had to see a very big increase and a very drastic shift and increase, where we had to have over 49,000 megabyte per second to 64,000 megabyte per second increase in internet, which represents over 31.5%.
The last 2 months of 2019 saw a jump in the number of people with mobile phones by 1.2%, though the year had seen fluctuating numbers depending on the period. January 2019 saw slightly more than 9.66 million active SIM cards in Rwanda, with an ownership percentage of 79.9%, a figure that would not be seen again during that year, because by November it had fallen to 78.8% as confirmed by the Rwanda Utilities Regulatory Authority. By March, active SIM cards had fallen to 9.32 million in total, and then 9.03 in May, In June, they rebounded to 9.04 million, and in November, the figure was 9.52 million. Increases between June and September stayed between 0.8 and 1.4%, fell by 0.1 in October, and increased by 1.2% in November. Rura also says that 4.699 million people in Rwanda used 2G internet connectivity in June last year, 1.45 million for 3G, and just 76,274 people used fourth-generation connectivity or 4G. A total of 6,234,540 people use the internet in Rwanda.